widely. Part of the reason you're seeing him tonight, he'll try to get 100 against Virginia Tech. Friday night duels on the ACC network.
Huge, another reason to watch, a huge opportunity, a true milestone in wrestling, 100 wins. But to have it build up to that match is quite special, considering it'll likely be towards the end of the match. You know, it could be one that decides the duel.
Excited about this one. Connor Barket, who was named the ACC Wrestler of the Week back on January 23rd. It was the first Wrestling of the Week honor for Duke since Josh Feinsilver did it back on January 4th in 2022.
And Barket's done a really nice job for Duke. He's been there unquestioned leader, and he just got, that's a lot of weight to bring up off the mat there by Chase Horne. But Barket's been their leader, according to Coach Lanham. He's a guy who's still figuring out how to wrestle heavyweight. He kind of came in as a tweener between 197 and 285 pounds, but he's developed nicely, and they hope is a guy that they can get to Kansas City this year. He's wrestling Chase Horne, who steps in for the ACC champion, Owen Treffen, who was a big-time recruit for NC State out of Georgia, a guy who was a Super 32 champ in high school. He was ranked #1 at one point at heavyweight in high school. So he gets a good opportunity against a tough heavyweight in Barket to finish out this duel.
Duke will be at North Carolina on the 23rd, and then right back at Carmichael on March 5th for the ACC championships. And, you know, that's the big story. Glenn Lanham, as you mentioned, Barket hopefully making to Kansas City. I mean, every year Glenn Lanham's been here, he's had at least one go to the NCAAs.
Horne works for this tilt, but yeah, he hasn't really been in this scenario yet where, you know, they don't have a guy in the coaches' rankings, the RPI right now. It may come down to stealing one of these bids. And, you know, Barket's been their most consistent wrestler this year, and Coach Lanham really talked about that, you know, trying to develop these guys into the postseason to be ready for that opportunity to hopefully be bringing one or two guys out to Kansas City.
Of course, the last couple heavyweights for Duke have been phenomenal.
Absolutely, and this has been you know, they have a staff that knows how to develop these guys, you know, from Conrad Dudziak originally, who was a national finalist, and, you know, Jacob Casper, a two-time All-American, a number of guys coming through at heavyweight. They've got, you know, Corey Bell, who's been on staff that entire run helping with those guys, and now Coach Tom Erickson, who was one of the best heavyweights in U.S. history on staff. So a really nice room for Barket to develop in. But a really nice period for Chase Horne.
3-0 lead for Horne. He's got the riding time as well. Dean Lincoln honor to be along with Dylan Ryan, the Rhino, Dr. Dylan Ryan. I feel like you got to make sure people call you the doctor too. You know that, right?
Doctor, yeah. the doctor. And brand it, you know. It's nice to have, nice to be here outside of the hospital for a day, watch some great wrestling. And Horne getting right back after it on top with this reinforced bar ride. And it looks like he's going to cut Barket. Nice shot by Barket, who tips him over to his back, and he's got him in trouble. And a fall
what a way
for Connor Barket.
That's exactly what you want to see maybe at the ACC championships.
What a turnaround. Horne cuts him. Looks like he's going to try and get to work, and Barket says, no way. Barket changes his level, gets to this head outside and just runs him over and catches him right on his back. Great job catching this overhook there and puts Horne away. A nice finish to senior day for the Blue Devils, picking up a fall here. That's the momentum you want to set of your Connor Barket, who's fired up.
Yeah, that's huge, and hopefully he can do that at the ACC championships and get there. Quick thought, 36-9, NC State wins it.
NC State, their young guys came out and brought it for the most part. Very technical performance, very impressed, and looking forward to their match against Virginia Tech.
Don't forget about Friday night duels on ACC Network, NC State and Virginia Tech. I want to thank Caleb Waters, our producer, the rest of our staff, and the great Dylan Ryan Rhino. I'm Dean Linke. NC State wins it 36-9.